about our communities just like you do. Go with confidence. Go with trust. Go with Dakota Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance and investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, and have no bank guarantee.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Hi, I'm Bill at Wire for USA. If you're looking for internet, TV, security systems, or cell booster systems, why would you look at a company that only gives you one choice for each of these systems? Wire for USA offers it all. Viasat, Hughes, CenturyLink, Dish TV, DirecTV, Wilson cell booster systems, and now Starlink and Equistar internet systems. Starlink and Equistar are the newest, the fastest, and the strongest satellite internet made. No limit, no contract. Wire for USA has it. Call 605-341-5361. Whatever your home or business needs are, call Wire for USA for the products and the service. You don't need training wheels with our system. Connect to the future with Wire for USA at 605-341-5361. We are hometown, we are South Dakota, and we do appreciate your business. 605-341-5361. See us at our new location, 710 North La Crosse Street in Rapid City.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
We are Black Sports.
And here's what you need to know.
In the NBA with Giannis Antetokounmpo in the center of trade rumors, Antetokounmpo himself posted on social media just moments ago, quote, "God, I trusted you at the beginning and I will continue to trust you throughout," unquote. Elsewhere, the Dallas Mavericks are hiring national championship-winning Michigan head coach Dusty May as their new head coach. At the World Cup in Philadelphia right now, France has a 1-0 halftime lead over Iraq on a Kylian Mbappe goal in the 14th minute, his third goal of the tournament. However, a short time ago, fans were just asked to seek shelter in the stadium due to a thunderstorm in the area, unknown yet whether the second-half kickoff will be delayed. Earlier, Argentina defeated Austria 2-0, both goals scored by Lionel Messi to become the World Cup's all-time leading goal scorer. He now has 18. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, we are ready to go on a Monday. How you doing, South Dakota? You doing okay? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a nice weekend. We are back at it on a Monday. It is South Dakota Sports Talk Show live on Fox Sports Radio. It is always a great day in South Dakota. Say it with me. We're back to it, middle of the summer. Actually, summer just started. That's what they tell you, right, over the weekend. Summer just started, so I hope you're off to a good start this week. The Nate Brown Show back on, and great guest lineup tonight. We got a Reaction Monday full hour lined up with Rob Keighron. A lot to get to tonight. Thought-provoking sports talk for South Dakota, from high school to college to the pros. We'll try and get you covered. Remember, you can listen to us on KWSN, Fox Sports Sioux Falls. Welcome in here on our affiliate in Sioux Falls, and Fox Sports Rapid City. All 2 hours ready to go. If you can't catch us on the radio the whole time, bring us on your phone wherever you go, on Twitter, at Nate Brown Show. We're streaming the show live right now on Twitter, at Nate Brown Show, streaming also on YouTube, The Nate Brown Show. So a couple of places there. You've got us. Free access. You're good to go. And Midwest Sports Plus, the new high school sports streaming app, and the Nate Brown Show live on Midwest Sports Plus. How are you today? Okay? What was the weekend like? A little Father's Day action yesterday. I hope you did I hope you did something. Had a good meal, hung out with the kids, did that, just chilled, right? I hope you had a good Father's Day. Let's look at the Monday show, and then we'll get popping tonight. Some news out when it comes to Sioux Falls, which I want to dig into a little bit here, and then some big news on the national front, and we'll get your take on the text line. Speaking of that, here's how you can be a part of the show. Barron's Wilson text line open and ready. 605-720-1067. We've got the app. It's open. It's ready. It's the Barron's Wilson listener text line for you. Join the conversation. 605-720-1067. Text us there. Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline. Same number. Call the show. We'll try and get you on to do the best we can there. Give us your read on the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline, 605-720-1067. Direct line powered by the Pizza Ranch. 2 great locations, East River. Stop by in Brandon and East 10th Street, Sioux Falls. You'll find the Pizza Ranch, Fun Zone Arcade, the whole thing. Everyone's favorite buffet, your locally owned and operated Pizza Ranch, East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, and in Brandon. Okay, guest lineup. Matt Zimmer's on tonight. Before we get to our Reaction Monday with Rob Keighron, we'll check in with Zim, SiouxFallsLive.com. Matt Zimmer's on tap. We'll go to Ann Arbor tonight. We got a live report, big news out of Michigan, and that's how I'm going to start things up. Anthony Broome is on tonight. He covers Michigan for On3 Sports and the Wolverine.com. Anthony Broome live from Michigan tonight with the big headline. And Jake Sorensen checks in from Lincoln, Nebraska. Huskers talking recruits here a little bit. How are they ranked on their football class right now? I'm going to dig into that and more with Jake Sorensen. And they unveiled some new unis. I mean, I couldn't really tell much of a difference. Am I a big uniform guy? I do like uniforms, but the Huskers is pretty plain. I mean, this isn't like the Oregon Ducks. It's a variation of different lettering and numbers, and I don't know. Jake Sorensen's going to give us his read on the Huskers. 93.7 the ticket. He's on in the morning in Lincoln, and he's on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Reaction Monday's coming up. Don't forget, Rob Keighron is coming in, and we got a lot to discuss with Rob Keighron. Here we go tonight. Let's get into this college basketball story because I have a question of the day I want to ask you, and then I'll get to the Sioux Falls news that I think is, I mean, it's significant, and I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm a little closer than I ever have been on the Sioux Falls opportunity, so we'll get into that. First, Dusty May leaves Michigan to be the Dallas Mavericks head coach, so that's the biggest story of the day. I know Lionel Messi also is a big story. I will get to that. Just hang on a second. Dusty May, Michigan, wins the national championship, just so everybody's aware, because sometimes, like, people forget the 24-hour news cycle, what happens from one day to the next. Michigan just won the national championship. They had a stacked team, all these transfers coming in. I mean, these guys were stacked. And Dusty May wins the national title at Michigan, and now he's going to be the head coach for the Dallas Mavericks. So here's the debate that everybody's discussing. Is it the state of college sports that coaches like this are leaving? Is this the state of college sports? And then you have these various reporters. We've had Jeff Goodman on this show from Field of 68. Jeff Goodman saying he talked to people that said, this is significant, the state of college sports and the mess it's in. That's why Dusty May would leave a Michigan national championship team with players coming back to go to the NBA. So there's Jeff Goodman on that, Field of 68. He's been a good college basketball guy. Another CBS Sports report says today, CBS Sports, that he is also leaving Michigan because of the state of college basketball. Nobody knows where you're going to be from one year to the next, and it's a mess, and that's why he's going to the Dallas Mavericks. So there's reporting out there on that. So I'm going to take that as pretty accurate. I know reports can be here and there and messed up, and you don't really know. And Dusty May's not going to go and be introduced by the Mavericks and say, well, yeah, I just wanted to get out of college basketball. You know, it's just a tough scene right now. He's not going to do that because it's going to be all about the Mavericks. So when you watch this week and you see Dusty May leaving Michigan to go to the Dallas Mavericks, you're going to say, well, I don't know. You didn't say much about that. We can never know. I'm going to take those reports as Those are probably pretty accurate because this isn't the first time we've seen now coaches say, I'm out on the college sports thing because it's a mess, and I'm going to get an opportunity that a little more solid, a little more less drama. Little less drama. We know what's going to happen. The organization, the rules, the salary, the whole thing. So I'm just going to ask you this, because I think if I would have done this, 5 years ago, here's the question I could have asked 5 years ago. And I think we've asked this before on this program. If you were a coach in basketball, would you want to coach an NBA team or a big-time college program? And so I'm talking Michigan, Duke, that whole scene, okay? That's what I'd like to know. Michigan, just a big-time college program. If I were to ask that 5 years ago, I think most of you would have said college basketball. You can tell me if I'm wrong, and maybe it's just because I don't like the NBA as much, and it's not like it used to be. And maybe that's what it was. But if I were to ask 5 years ago, would you rather be the head coach at Duke or Michigan or name a program, Kansas, or would you rather be the head coach in the NBA? I think most of you guys would say, if you had that opportunity, most of you would say, I'd do college. This is a better brand of basketball. The guys actually listen. You can kind of be a disciplinarian. It's real basketball. It's just all about me and time, load management, and I got to put up with all this drama and these divas in the NBA. I think most of you guys would have said that. So now I'm going to ask it today, 5 years later, just the current state of college sports. I want you to be honest tonight. Would you rather be a head coach at a big-time college program, current state, transfers, NIL, that whole thing? You're going to have a different team every year. You got to get out there on the recruiting trail, and you got to pay these guys this much. It's all about the money for most of them. Or would you rather be a head coach in the NBA? That's what I would like to know, okay? That's what I would like to know. Question of the day, just an interesting dynamic. My guess is 5 years ago you would have said, I'd coach Duke. I'd coach Kansas. I'd be that guy. Let's say you're Fred Hoiberg. Fred Hoiberg's done both, NBA and college. He's revived Nebraska now. We've seen what he's done. If you're Fred Hoiberg, now Nebraska hasn't been a traditional power. Maybe that's not quite the good example, but he's been in both leagues. I wonder if you have more people that look to the NBA, like Dusty May today at Michigan. Do you think he goes to the NBA if everything's under control in college? I think if everything's under control in college, there's not a better job out there as a college head coach. Just ask Kirk Ferentz. Coach Ferentz at Iowa's made a living, man. He hasn't even had to do much. He's won enough games. It's he's had the most job stability you've ever seen in your life. Nice guy. A legend. Iowa legend. But he hasn't had to win like the Big Ten. He hasn't had to do that. He just stay solid, win enough, go to a bowl, have some great success, and you're good to go. There's not a better job usually than the college sports aspect. You're the man. You're in a college town. You're the man. You run the show of the university, let alone your program. You run the university. And now we're seeing college coaches bail national championship coaches. I'm a little surprised because you would think, hey, I want to go to the Mavericks. It's a great player there in Cooper Flagg, but NBA, man, that is fickle stuff. The NBA coaching deal, you don't know if your team's going to bag it, be good, you have no clue. Maybe he knows that Cooper Flagg's the real deal, and that's my boy. That's my guy, Dookie. So I think Cooper's great. But I'm telling you, he could have stayed at Michigan. It's a Michigan, man. They won the national championship. He's just starting to build this thing. He's actually having success in the transfer portal in the NIL. He's got all the money, and he still bags it today. So what's your answer to the question of the day? Would you rather coach a big-time college program today or an NBA team? My deal is I think 5 years ago, you all would have said Michigan, Duke, Kansas. And I think today, more of you are going to say, it's a mess. If I could get to the NBA, you have rules, you have contracts, you have salary cap. I'm going to go to the NBA. It's kind of like Billy Donovan. Is Billy Donovan, was he going to stay with the Bulls? Is he going to stay with the Bulls? They've been terrible. Just absolutely terrible. And I guess people have been wanting to get him to come to college. Michael Malone gets fired by the Nuggets, and now he's going to the college ranks. But I'm asking you, if you're a college guy today, would you rather stay in college or go to the NBA? It's my question of the day, 605-720-1067. 605-720-1067 on the Nate Brown Show. Question of the day. Let's look at some answers. What's the poll say? 63% of you voting in the poll, I would be an NBA coach. No transfers, NIL problems. 37% of you say I'd still go college. Better basketball brand, and guys still listen. You send in your answers if you would. I want you to read. That's my assessment today, is we've totally flipped. That people think the NBA would be a better spot now, and I think 5 years ago you'd say, I'm not going to take my chances going to the NBA. Yeah, guys in the NBA get fired after a year. You might have a bad stretch, and you tick off the wrong player, and then they start mailing it in. It's a mess. So I do think the dynamics in the NBA are still dicey. You got to be a relationship guy. You're a personnel manager. You're not a disciplinarian basketball coach and X's and O's. Like Dusty May's going to think, I'm going to bring some X's and O's to the NBA. Here's what it is, Dusty. You have a bunch of good shooters. You spread them in the corners and on the perimeter, and then you do some high pick and rolls, and that's basketball. I think I'd be a pretty good coach. I wouldn't be too bad. But spread shooters in the corners, high pick and rolls, see if the defenses switch. You've got your offense. That's it. It's not bad. Dan Hurley, by the way, chose last year to do what? The LA Lakers were trying to get him. The Lakers are trying to get him. Lakers trying to get him. He stayed in UConn. He's the man. He's the guy running the show. And Hurley stays. Dusty May leaves. Listener text coming in. Where would I rather coach? A no-brainer. Coach an NBA team. Way more prestige. Way more prestige. Yeah, it's interesting the way this goes. I think people are giving up on the college atmosphere a little bit, meaning they don't like it. So if you get an opportunity, I'm out the door. Dusty's going to take it. I don't think the Mavericks is a bad place. You get to step in there with Cooper Flagg. That's pretty good. But leaving Michigan, all the advantage, the national championship. He's got plenty of money, plenty of players. He's out the door. Isn't that interesting? Where would you want to coach, NBA or college? You let me know on the text line, 605-720-1067. Hey, let's get into this before we get to Jake Sorensen live from Lincoln, Nebraska, 93.7 The Ticket. So here's a report that came out. These guys are looking at which cities have made bids to host that first round of the expanded NCAA tournament. So if you listen to this program regularly, it was a while back I said, I wonder if Sioux Falls could get in this mix. I don't think Sioux Falls could do an opening round, meaning round of 64-32. I'm saying Sioux Falls isn't Omaha yet, getting a 64-32 round. You got to have all the hotels. You got to have the infrastructure, that side. I think we're off on that. But what about this extra expanded tournament when they're going to 76 teams? Could Sioux Falls be the opening round of the expanded tournament? Smaller, not as many teams, and Sioux Falls is in the mix on that. Here's the latest report from David Cobb from CBS Sports. This college basketball writer, David Cobb, he said that he knows, here's the smaller markets that have made bids, and some of the bigger markets have not. So this is for the opening round. If you're following me, this expanded NCAA tournament, opening round. Sioux Falls has made a bid to host at the Premier Center. Who else has made the bid? Des Moines, Albuquerque, Omaha, Wichita, and Boise. So there's the list. Sioux Falls is battling some mid-markets, Des Moines, Albuquerque, Boise, Omaha, Wichita, and Sioux Falls. They're all submitted bids or are submitting bids for the opening round of the expanded NCAA men's tournament. And people are saying, what about these other big markets? What? No Denver? No Phoenix? No Dallas? No Las Vegas? So David Cobb, CBS Sports, reporting over the weekend that those bigger markets aren't getting into the opening round bids. I think they're just going to take the regular tournament. So are you getting the feeling Sioux Falls could get in the mix on this? I mean, I'm getting the feeling, I think Sioux Falls is in the mix. Can you beat out in Albuquerque, a Boise? That's a mountain time zone. I mean, I think the time zone thing plays into it. I've heard about this process, right? So the time zone plays into it. Omaha's already going to get the round of 64 and 32 like next year. So they're already going to get one, or 2028, whatever you want to say. But so they're going to get that for the next one. So I don't think they would give Omaha that, right? They wouldn't give Omaha the opening round as well. So maybe take Omaha out of this. Boise, Albuquerque, Sioux Falls, Wichita. Can Sioux Falls get this done? Keep an eye on that. So news over the weekend. No huge markets in the mix for the opening expanded tournament. And Sioux Falls in the mix with some of those other markets. Can they beat them? I don't know. That's tough. I mean, Boise's tough. Albuquerque's good. Wichita, meh. Anyway, no offense. No offense, everybody. Can Sioux Falls get this done? I'm going to keep an eye on it. They are going to announce it, they say, later this summer. Which market gets the opening round, the expanded NCAA tournament? Jake Sorensen's on first. As we get started, we'll go to the Husker. Jake Sorensen, 93.7 The Ticket. I want his read on the Big Ten and more, plus an announcement out of Iowa State today. Did you see this? One of the last schools to step into this category. Coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
All kinds of vehicles, all kinds of loans, all as low as 4.99% APR. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we're here to help all kinds of people, just like you. Get moving. From truck drivers to van warriors, we got the right loan to fit your style with rates as low as 4.99% APR. Wherever the road takes you, start with BHFCU. Apply today at bhfcu.com or text or call 605-718-1818.
Offer subject to credit approval. BHFCU is member owned and insured by NCUA.
Save big money on your next project when you shop at Menards. Mastercraft has been making high-quality doors for over 50 years. Add beauty and security to your home with a new front door. Shop our in-stock selection or customize your door your way. Available in 7 days or less. Save big on Mastercraft doors. Plus, view our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This summer, drive with certified confidence at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda. Get financing as low as 1.29% APR on Honda certified pre-owned. Choose from Accords, CRVs, and HRVs with financing as low as 1.29% APR. Plus, shop a massive selection of used imports and domestics with over 340 used vehicles. Finding the right one for you is easy. Drive with confidence all summer long. See us at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com. Length of finance contract is limited with qualified credit. Expires 6/30/26.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A severe thunderstorm watch continues until 8 p.m. tonight. Chance for storms tonight, otherwise mainly cloudy skies expected. Lows level off around 55, winds out of the southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs level off around 73. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 71.
It's pouring all summer long at Cadillac Jack's. It's the Make It Rain $125,000 downpour. Be here every Friday and Saturday from 8 p.m. till midnight for drawings every 30 minutes that start out at $300 and grow to $1,000 prize packages at 11, 11:30, and midnight. Then on Saturday, July 18th, 10 lucky winners will take home their share of $10,000 in cash and prizes at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort. How will your overnight play out.
We all know life's busy, and if you get sick, you can get behind pretty quick. That's where Black Hills Urgent Care comes in. No appointments needed, no long waits, just fast, affordable care to get you feeling better quicker. Black Hills Urgent Care has 2 locations in Rapid City on Haynes Avenue and Mountain View Road. You can simply check in online at bhucare.com. That's with the letter U, bhucare.com. When you need care, see the team at Black Hills Urgent Care, the faster way to get better.
At Dakota Discount RV, we're in it for the long haul, just like you. Whether it's cross-country adventures, weekends by the lake, or family time under the stars, we're here to keep you rolling for years to come. While others are packing up, we're doubling down with dependable service, great prices, and the biggest selection in the region. Your journey doesn't stop here, and neither do we. Here tomorrow, here for every mile ahead. Visit us in Rapid City or Somerset or online at dakotadiscountrv.com.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
All right, welcome back in. Just getting going tonight. Thanks for being here. It's always a great day in South Dakota. You know that. We're back on a Monday. Happy Father's Day to all you guys out there yesterday. I hope you had a great day. The Nate Brown Show back on Fox Sports Radio in Sioux Falls on KWSN and on Fox Sports Rapid City. Jake Sorensen was back on the air in Lincoln this morning, 93.7 The Ticket. Great station. They do great work. I mean, there's not a lot of stations left knocking down great content, local shows. These guys do a good job. 93.7 The Ticket, Lincoln. Jake, welcome on. You just came to the Black Hills for the weekend. How was it?
Oh, Nate, I've never had a bad trip to the Black Hills in my entire life. I continue to get this weekend. Great weather, good time, seeing all the towns, Deadwood, Custer, Spearfish, of course, Rapid City. So I hit them all. My wife and 2-year-old, and saw some family, and yeah, we had a great time, and I always enjoy our times out in the Black Hills for sure.
You do. You make that trek, and glad you enjoyed it. I like it. Okay, I want to break down a few things here. Right. Let me ask you about the Huskers' new uniforms. Let me ask you about it. Nebraska uniforms are pretty plain. They're pretty plain. So what is it about these? Everybody's fired up. What's the new look like?
Well, there's a couple things. They removed a patch about winning tradition that upset some people because there's room now for a sponsor to go in that jersey. So we'll see at some point if we see an advertiser go on the uniforms, which of course would be the first time besides Adidas on the uniforms themselves. So that was one reason about people not liking tradition being gone. But then also, if you notice that the numbers are a little bit, I'm not going to say Comic Sans type, but they're not the typical, rigid, edged numbers. Are more rounded. So people didn't like the fact those look a little bit unprofessional in their opinion for those who are the naysayers. And then there's just different stuff on the stripes and the pants as well. So here's the thing, Nate. This is all mid-June stuff. People need to complain about something, and right now I think it's more the fact they kept teasing about this Red Sea Rising event, and people thought this would be something really cool, and it was just uniforms, and they don't like the jerseys that much. So it's just a variety of reasons that when you're not a winning program, everything you do gets evaluated and unfortunately seen in more of an upsetting light.
Okay, so new uniforms unveiled for the Huskers, and what's the percentage of fans that don't like them? What's the breakdown?
Well, I'd say originally off the bat when they were shown, 85% dislike. Now people have calmed down for 2 days. I don't know, probably 55% maybe don't like him. 45% really don't care at all.
Okay, so almost 50-50. Almost.
Yeah.
By the way, are you a uniform guy? Do you like
no.
Hey, we got to have some nice uniforms. Oh, look at these uniforms. This color, that color.
No, I like it when the teams just play football and it's good looking and I want the actual action to look good. I don't care how the uniforms look. I'm all about the game itself. I guess that's old school of me, but you would think as a Dolphins fan, I'd like uniforms because they have some of the best ones in the NFL in terms of throwbacks. And I do love those, but I don't need to see them all the time. I just want to see a good football team.
All right, I'm with you. I'm not a big uniform guy. I mean, I like the uniforms, like my Broncos come out in the white helmets and stuff. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but I don't need the Oregon Ducks different uniforms every combination every week. Okay, I saw this. The Huskers recruiting class is ranked 17th in the country. What do you say about that?
Well, a lot of it's going to be with Trey Taylor, of course, the number one overall quarterback in the country, which, there's going to be no doubt skepticism about if Nebraska can keep him. He's been very loyal to Nebraska over the past year, and, of course, he's moving from Illinois. He already moved to Omaha. He's going to play for Millard South this year and be the top quarterback in the country there. So that's going to be fun to watch those games. But he's no doubt the biggest reason why they're having a great class. But they added a key player yesterday from Ashton Greenwood, local by Lincoln, Barrett Cottrell. He is a four-star lineman that chose Nebraska over Iowa and Tennessee. So they've had a nice month. It's been a nice month of recruiting in June. The dead period is now on, until September. But there's optimism there. But as I said earlier, until you start winning games on the field, everything will come with skepticism. And I'm seeing this too, Nate. I mean, Nebraska is seen by everywhere from On3 to CBS Sports to 24/7 is starting off 5-0 this upcoming year, and still a chance to go 6-6, a rough end of the season. So that won't really help out the skepticism and the pessimism. But back to your question about recruiting, I mean, people are jacked up about Trey Taylor, as they should be. But we also saw the same thing with Dylan Raiola, who, of course, is no longer here now at Oregon. So I'm not sure that Nebraska can truly win the fans over until they start winning some games that matter.
Jake Sorensen on tonight from Lincoln. He's with 93.7 The Ticket on in the early morning show. Find him on X at 937 Jake Sorensen. I've talked to you over the years. I've talked to numerous guys in Nebraska. All the recruiting class, pretty good. This guy, that guy. The recruiting classes haven't been bad, so what is going on when it comes to Big Ten competitiveness? I mean, the recruiting classes you would think would put them right there.
Well, there's a combination of things. I think, number one, and maybe this is me, again, being skeptical myself, but Nebraska fans are so rabid on these recruiting sites that whenever there's some sort of a click or a recruit commitment, a lot of these guys sometimes get the extra star boost up. So I know that's going to be a little bit controversial of a take, but we've seen it a lot that sometimes these guys get the Nebraska boost of a star, so maybe they're over-evaluated in terms of their ranking. But also it goes back to several things. It goes back to Nebraska consistently over the last 10, 15 years has not developed very well. They have not developed their players. I mean, I don't know what the problem is, if it's all coaching, if it's just kind of entitlement, if it's just the wrong mixture of guys. But for some reason, schools like Iowa can, by the star results, have worse classes than Nebraska, and same for Minnesota. But the Gophers have won 6 straight against Nebraska, and Iowa's won, I think, 9 of 10. And so there's something missing in terms of the development and the buy-in of the players, and that has been the uphill battle Nebraska's been trying to face and fix, since Bo Pelini was let go.
Let me ask you about this kid. Lincoln Kienholz is a South Dakota kid. He was looking to transfer. He ends up at Louisville. Do you think Nebraska should have made a hard push for him, or are you going to be in good shape with this UNLV player?
I think they should have looked at him, and I'm not saying they didn't look at him. There's no reports that they did not talk to him, but I know he didn't end up here. And I know that out of high school they were looking at him for sure before he went to Ohio State. It's hard to know. There's so many guys that go in the portal that you just don't know how they're going to go at the next school. And let's not forget, Nebraska's first guy they got in the portal was Kenny Minchie, that came from Notre Dame as a backup, and he was here for all of 24 hours before he committed to Kentucky. And so it was a quick turnaround for Nebraska with Calandria. And I think at that point, Kienholz maybe was already committed to Louisville. So, yeah, I like his tape. I like the fact he's a local kid from South Dakota, of course. So that would have, and his name is Lincoln, which is a great story for the Huskers being in Lincoln. But he also has very low experience in college. So I don't hate the Calandria pickup. He might work out here, but I certainly was curious myself about Kienholz.
I did watch Calandria at UNLV quite a bit. I watched the Mountain West quite a bit. He's a good player. I don't know How great at that level, we shall see. Nebraska hoping Calandria, the new QB from UNLV, will make a big impact. Jake Sorensen's on tonight. A couple more I'll let you run. You got a golf tonight. I like that. How about Iowa State's announcement today? They're like one of the last schools to say we're going to sell alcohol at games. So about 90% of D1 universities now sell alcohol at games. Iowa State finally getting there. I guess people are just trying to hold on to that. What do you make of Iowa State saying, I guess?
Well, I think they've realized that, hey, if everyone else is doing it and they're making revenue off of it and no one's getting hurt, then I guess let's go for it. Now, I'm not saying no one's getting hurt. There's not any sort of incidents at these places, Nate. But, I mean, think about Nebraska. Nebraska was so against alcohol. Tom Osborne is still very much so not against gambling, against alcohol, very much so just a straight line guy. And they've said, listen, Tom, we love you and your name's on the field, but we're trying to make some money here to compete. And so they started selling alcohol at the stadium last year, and it went pretty well. And so if Nebraska can do it, then anyone can do it. And so I guess I commend Iowa State for sticking it out for so long, but we're at a time where money is the name of the game, and NIL and the portal and even coaches to a certain extent. So whatever revenue you can make, you got to find a way. And if it comes down to alcohol being a part of that, then so be it. So I feel like it's just the way it has to be now, unfortunately.
Yeah, Iowa State said we got to find revenue. I mean, they're in debt. They are in debt at Iowa State trying to find some revenue somewhere. It is a race. We know that. Jake Sorensen, before I let you run, Big Ten basketball news. Dusty May leaves Michigan for the Dallas Mavericks. I asked my audience, what would you rather be today? A head coach at a big-time college program? You got NIL, you got transfer portal. You're still a head coach at a college program, or an NBA coach. You could be there and then gone the next year. What would you choose?
I would say NBA, and because of this reason. NBA has dealt with free agency and trades forever, and there's no trades, obviously, in college basketball, but it still is essentially free agency every year. And what does a long-term contract mean? There's so much that you don't know right now in college basketball about how it's going to change year by year, and the NBA really doesn't change a lot every year. And so there's rumors about potentially a scandal coming out with Dusty May regarding some tampering or whatever violations. And I mean, there's just, I don't know the direction that college basketball is going. I don't know if anybody does or what's going to change in the next 5 years, but I can tell you this, I'd be surprised if we see massive changes in the NBA. So I guess if you're Dusty May, you're a great coach, you won a championship in college basketball, you turned around a great program in a very short time, you achieved your goal, and let's go to a place where I've got Cooper Flagg, I've got a fan base I know that loves my team in the Mavericks that wants to get back. So I don't blame him. It was shocking news today, but to answer your question, I would take the NBA job if I was a coach that's an up-and-comer. Yeah, take the NBA.
People are voting NBA, and I think 5 years ago, I think more people would have voted college program. I just think that, but now how it's changed with college not having any rules, I wonder if people are now saying, no, I'd go NBA. Jake Sorensen in tonight. He's got golf tonight. Let's get on the shoes. Let's get the clubs. Let's get ready to go, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Nate.
Appreciate you. Jake Sorensen, 93.7 The Ticket out of Lincoln on tonight. Huskers football ranked number 17 with their current recruiting class. Ranked number 17 for the recruiting class. All right. Huskers got to show it somehow. Got to show it somewhere. Husker basketball stepped into that void, but it's a big year for Matt Rule and Husker football. Big year coming up. I've asked you as I started the show, can Sioux Falls get the opening round of this expanded NCAA tournament? They have submitted a bid. So have other markets like Boise, Albuquerque, Wichita, Omaha. Lister text coming in. Omaha's hosted a lot of basketball and March Madness through the 80s and the 2000s. Sioux Falls can't match Omaha. Oh, Sioux Falls can't match Omaha. Well, I'm going to say Omaha's like going to get the round of 64 and 32 coming up. So I saw that. They're already going to get that. I don't think that they would give them the opening round right away for this next one. the expanded tournament on top of another award for the 64 and 32. So I get it. I like Omaha. It's a great zoo. Have you ever been? It's a great zoo. One of the best you've ever seen. Okay. Coming right back, Anthony Broome at Michigan. His coach leaves. What does he think of the Dusty May move to the Mavericks? Anthony Broome live from Ann Arbor, Michigan with On 3 coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Are there as many kinds of vehicles as there are kinds of people? We think so. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we help all kinds of people come together with all. Everyone, every ride.
To the Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
All right, your sports, your show. The Nate Brown Show is on tonight. KWSN Sioux Falls, welcome in here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Glad you're here. Reaction Monday on the way. Full hour with national radio host Rob Keighron tonight. Rob's back in on a Reaction Monday full hour next hour. Matt Zimmer's coming up from SiouxFallsLive.com. Let's go to Michigan. Covers the Wolverines. It is the Wolverine.com, part of On 3 Sports. Anthony Broome. Big news out of Michigan. We started the show with it. Dusty May leaves the Wolverines to take over the Dallas Mavericks. Anthony, welcome in. How are you?
A little busier today than I thought I would be. Was supposed to golf and wound up working from a clubhouse all day. So
that's tough.
That's the story of the day.
That's tough, man. Hopefully you can hit it. So you're going to be busy on this. Dusty May leaves Michigan for the Mavericks, and I've asked my audience today, what would you rather coach, a big-time college program these days or an NBA team?
Yeah, well, we know Dusty May's answer, right? But I think you can make the argument that, the NBA, the pro game is just a different level. You probably get paid twice as much, maybe 3 times as much as you're making in college. The calendar isn't what it used to be. I mean, we were on the floor with Michigan as they're celebrating a national title, and, you've got coaches pointing at their Apple Watches and looking at each other saying, it's almost midnight and the portal opens, and you can't even, for those guys, I don't even think there was really a whole lot of time to enjoy it. So the way, the speed at which the calendar moves, and it's never enough money, you're always raising funds. I get it. Like, I understand all the justifications for taking an NBA job. We didn't expect it to happen, but Dusty has always kind of struck me as a guy that was destined for that.
Okay, interesting. I want to ask you, though, do you believe that he got tired of the college thing, the portal, the transfers, the NIL? People are reporting that was a factor here.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear, right? Like, I think the actions speak for itself there. I think that this calendar and this era of college sports has a way of grinding you down and wearing you down. And when you can achieve heights that puts you on the radar of a pro team with all the resources they can throw at you, Dusty May's going to go to Dallas and just be able to coach the team. I'm sure he'll have a lot of input on personnel, but he's going to go there to coach basketball. He doesn't need to, go around the greater Dallas area and shake hands and ask for money and all this type of stuff. So that being said, too, I thought he really, he's the blueprint for how you excel in this era with the way that they've worked the transfer portal, NIL recruiting, all of that. So, I see both sides of it. He's thrived in this, but I can see how it would wear you down, especially if, you have aspirations of doing something like coaching in the pros one day.
You just wrote a piece, the Wolverine.com, part of On3 Sports. We're talking to Anthony Broome about the big news, and you point to Michigan's athletic director. This has now happened twice. Harbaugh leaves after a championship. May leaves after a championship. What are you pointing out?
Well, it goes beyond that, too. Like, John Beilein left for Cleveland Cavaliers. Eric Bakich got Michigan baseball to the College World Series and weren't able to retain him. And all of these in a vacuum you can explain that away. Like, just when you have great people, it attracts the amount of attention and the coaching searches and all that, but it just feels like a destination spot like Michigan. And maybe that's part of the takeaway too, is like maybe even if you're a name brand in college sports now, that it's not the destination to be. But it just seems like they've let a lot of historically great people walk out the door since 2019, 2020, and it just seems like more than anything else, it's felt like Michigan has let these guys walk out the door without doing absolutely everything they can to keep them.
You're pointing out they're going to go with the assistant, right? Tell me about this plan here. Do you think this is going to turn into the full-time coach?
It's tough to say because, it looks like Mike Boynton will get the interim tag, but we don't know if that's the interim tag while a coaching search is going on. We don't know if that's the interim tag for a season, and you see if he can earn the full-time gig, or if he doesn't earn it and you run a coaching search next year. The timeline of all of that doesn't, or the designation doesn't quite, we don't have the full details on that yet. I lean toward it probably being a one-year thing, but, Mike Boynton has 7 years of high major experience. He coached at Oklahoma State while they were dealing with sanctions. He had Cade Cunningham there. It wasn't the most fruitful tenure in terms of the record, but a guy who is a key cog on this staff the last 2 years. And I think, as far as interim options go, you could do far, far worse. So, and I think there's a non-zero chance that he can earn the full-time gig. It's all going to be about how they keep this roster together and what the aspirations are for next year when the dust clears. But I don't think anyone has a firm grasp on what exactly that is right now.
Okay, do you think Michigan can attract a big-time coach? I don't know who that is. Can they just throw money and attract a big-time coach there?
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking for a household name, I don't think so. I mean, a couple names that have come up outside of Boynton are Billy Donovan's a name that is on a hot board, but we don't know how serious that would be. Josh Schertz at St. Louis, a guy who Dusty May is actually very close with, a guy who I think will have a high major job sooner rather than later. He's, given himself the opportunity to be a little picky and choosy about it. But outside of that, it's I don't know how this board expands or if it doesn't expand, and it's just Boynton for a year.
Anthony Broome, one more. I'll let him run. Find him at thewolverine.com. So I look at Michigan and I say, okay, how good's the team now going to be? People think these players are coming back, but now are they?
Well, whenever there is a permanent coach named, and I don't know, again, this is something I'm unclear on too, how the interim tag affects this, but there's a 5-day period of kind of a cooling down, and then after that 5-day period, transfer portal's open for 15 days for any guy on this Michigan roster, and roster retention is huge. They brought in a great portal class. They've got a guy in Trey McKinney who we just spoke to. He seems like he's going to stick around. Elliot Cadeau is a guy. Those two guys are trying to rally the troops and keep them together, but just so much is unknown. But let's just say nothing happens, or they only lose a guy or two. I mean, depending on who the guy or two is, we'll see. But, this was a roster they built to get back to the Final Four and maybe win another national championship next year in Detroit, just 45 minutes down the road. And, it's impossible to say that is still the case when you lose a guy like Dusty May, and we don't know who will be on this roster yet. But I treat it as more the roster is what it is until someone leaves, as opposed to we don't know who's sticking around.
One quick hitter on Michigan football, Anthony. Kyle Whittingham taking over. The schedule's not easy. Where's Michigan football going to be in 2026?
Feels like a bit of a transitional year. I could see this being a 9-3, 8-4 type of season. That schedule is rough. They've got Oklahoma and Iowa and Penn State, Indiana. They go to Oregon and Ohio State in November. If the quarterback situation shakes itself out and Bryce Underwood is the number one talent that we think is still in there somewhere, they could surpass that. But Vegas has them at 8.5 wins, and I kind of tend to, I think I'll pick them to go 9-3 when I got to lock that in. But I could see one more win. I could see another loss or two on there somewhere. It's just there's a lot of unknowns with them at this point.
Big headline out of Michigan. Dusty May leaves the national championship team to go to the Dallas Mavericks. The coverage is at thewolverine.com with Anthony Broome and On3. Anthony, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate the time. Go to thewolverine.com. Best coverage of the Wolverines from Anthony Broome, Michigan beat writer on 3 Sports from Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's an interesting day. I didn't see that one coming. So Michigan wins the national title. Their head coach, Dusty May. How about that? He goes from Florida Atlantic. This is the guy who had Florida Atlantic make that run. You remember? Just a few, couple of years ago? That was just a couple of years ago now. He went Florida Atlantic, made the run, went to Michigan, wins the national title. Now he's to the Dallas Mavericks. Quite the promotion along the way. What would you want to coach? That's my question of the day tonight. Where would you rather be a head coach if you're a basketball coach? Big-time college program or an NBA team? And take all considerations here, because I've had people text this show years ago say, I would not want to coach in the NBA. Now, we're not talking money. We'd all like the money. I'm talking life, coaching style, security, that whole thing. And I think people, the NBA's up and down, and load management and divas and too much money, and you can't coach them, you can't teach them. You don't have any control. You're just a placeholder. That's what people say about the NBA. But I'm asking again with college sports and the way it's changed. Transfer portal, guys in, guys out, paying players. It's the best team money can buy, and you got to keep it all together. And then a new team every year, it seems. So where would you rather coach? Dusty May chooses the Mavericks over Michigan after being on top. winning the national title. 60% of you vote I'd go NBA, no transfers or NIL. 40% of you say I'd still stick with college. You tell me on the text line, where would you rather coach? What's better, big-time college program today or the NBA? 605-720-1067. We'll ask Matt Zimmer. Sioux Falls Live coming up.
This is the Nate Brown.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place that's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon.
Are there as many kinds of vehicles as there are kinds of people? We think so. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we help all kinds of people come together with all kinds of vehicles. With loans made to fit everyone and every ride.
East River to West River. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
All right, welcome in. We are live tonight. Fox Sports Radio, our affiliates, Fox Sports Rapid City, KWSN, Sioux Falls. Welcome in. If you can't catch all of the show on the radio, catch us on Twitter, at Nate Brown Show. We're there, streaming live right now on Twitter. Follow us and watch us live, at Nate Brown Show on Twitter. One more place, Midwest Sports Plus. You have the new app. You've got us there. Hey, one more place, YouTube channel, The Nate Brown Show. See, we're there. You can check out the show. Rob Keighron's coming in tonight, New York City native. Reaction Monday national radio host Rob Keighron, our guest host on Monday in the next hour. Hang tight. Matt Zimmer's in. Appreciate his time. SiouxFallsLive.com. Matt Zimmer and Father's Day in the books. So was it a nice Father's Day, Matt Zimmer?
It was. Got to spend it with the fam, with my dad, my brother, my son. So, yep, it was a great day.
I like it. Okay, let me dig into a couple of things I want your read on. So CBS Sports reporter, college basketball reporter, saying Sioux Falls is in the mix for the opening round of the NCAA tournament. They've submitted a bid. And so we know that, but then he went through and he said there's other medium markets that have submitted, not even like big markets. He didn't see Denver, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Dallas, but he did see Albuquerque, Boise, Omaha, Sioux Falls, Wichita. Can Sioux Falls be in this mix for an expanded opening round host site?
I mean, I think so. You know, we've obviously made a lot of strides in the last decade or so with facilities and things like that. They hosted a women's regional about 10 years ago at the Premier Center. I mean, and you think of the stuff they've made, you know, that's come here, the Division II national championships, the hockey championships, tons of stuff. And, you know, even going back to, what was it, 20 years ago, they made a bid to bring the Vikings training camp here. I mean, we're always trying to bring stuff. And for the last few years, it has kind of felt like Sioux Falls as a sports community had maybe run up against its ceiling, that a men's regional, a men's basketball Division I tournament was what we couldn't get. I always struggled to see how that was the case, just because those cities you mentioned are somewhat comparable. Obviously, the facilities here are tremendous, I think, and certainly live up to what needs to be. The thing I kept hearing from people trying to make the bids is that, well, you don't have enough full-service hotels, which, I mean, if you've ever driven through Sioux Falls, there's nothing but hotels in Sioux Falls, and if the reason that they're not going to bring it here is because there aren't enough amenities for the NCAA bigwigs to get, you know, taken care of while they're here, that's kind of crappy that would be the potential thing holding us back. So I don't know if that's still the case. You know, I always thought it was kind of, so what, is Sioux Falls just going to build a bunch of hotels that sit empty 360 days out of the year just so they can get a basketball regional to come here? So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened,
really?
But I wouldn't necessarily count on it either.
Okay. So you're like, that's the feeling I get. I don't know much about it. I don't know what those conversations are like. I think you got to be able to make some deals, and if there's corporate support behind it, I mean, I think there's got to be some of that in this bid. Pretty substantial, I believe.
I mean, when you look at how Sioux Falls has hosted the Summer League tournament, I mean, that alone, to me, should put them at the front of the line. You know, I mean, now granted, a men's regional wouldn't necessarily have a regional team in it, but I don't think that would matter. When the women's regional came here 10 years ago, it was South Carolina, Tennessee, and I want to say Stanford and Oklahoma maybe were the other teams. And the attendance was outstanding for a women's regional that didn't feature any local teams. A men's tournament would only do better. And then, like I said, just the way Sioux Falls has proven that they'll support things like that, like the hockey tournaments, just, geez, the Stampede, you know? I mean, if all that's holding it back is that there aren't enough hotels with kitchens and bars in them or whatever, like I said, I just think that'd be silly.
Matt Zimmer on tonight from SiouxFallsLive.com. Here's a story here's the story idea. I mean, maybe you get to choose your stories, but I've got an idea for you. So in 2026, outside prediction markets have taken over every state, and South Dakota included. Polymarket, Kalshi, FanDuel, DraftKings. They're all live in South Dakota, even though we don't have mobile sports betting. So this is a big topic now. So you can only bet in Deadwood. And that's the way the legislature said. That's what we're going to do. That's it. We don't want people to bet on their phones. You can bet right now on the World Cup, right here, right now, on your phone. They call it, they don't call it betting, Matt, but they call it, you can predict. Is it time for South Dakota to say mobile sports betting statewide? Do you believe that's the next step or not?
Oh, I mean, I didn't even know that. I mean, I don't gamble.
Yeah.
I have friends that do. I don't know how they do it, if that's the case.
Yes, you can do it right now.
It's funny. I mean, you know, the whole story that was in the news the last couple of weeks about the Texas Tech quarterback with the gambling problem, and obviously our sports landscape has changed so much in the last few years that this thing that used to be this taboo thing that no one could do, now it's everywhere you look. And I tend to be pretty libertarian with that kind of stuff. Like, adults should be allowed to do what they want with their money. So I'm not going to sit here. I don't like nanny state type of stuff. If people want to gamble, let them gamble, I guess. But at the same time, seeing what it has done to sports, how gambling addiction has become a problem with young people, with everyone probably. I mean, you're kind of maybe borrowing trouble a little bit, but I'm certainly not going to be the kind of person to step in and say the government can tell people they shouldn't be able to do stuff like that. So sure, why not?
By the way, it's my last stand argument is, if Polymarket and FanDuel and DraftKings have their prediction markets on people's phones, I got people sending it in on text line here. I mean, they say, here, I'm doing this right now. If they're already doing it and the money's going out, why not just do it in South Dakota and at least keep some of the tax revenue?
Makes sense to me. I mean, that's always kind of how I looked at, whether it was video lottery or other things like that. I mean, people are going to do it. You might as well make money off it.
Okay. Matt Zimmer on tonight. I do want to get your read on Jack's football. They've been doing some football camps. I talked to Jan Jackson last week, and I asked him, who are the teams to watch? Who are you watching? And it's the same. It seems like the same teams. He mentioned Montana State. He threw out Southern Illinois. He said the Missouri Valley he thinks is going to be pretty good. North Dakota State's out the door. We all get that. What do you see from the Missouri Valley this year? Are the Jacks the clear-cut favorite?
I think so, just based on, Illinois State was the national runner-up last year, but they lost a lot of their best players. USD made it farther than the Jacks last year, but they lost a lot of their best players. The Jacks didn't lose too much. They have most of their best players back. And, without the injury situation that happened last year, they probably would have gone deep last year. So they seem like the safest bet as far as who's coming back. I like what North Dakota has done. I think UND has a chance to be a sleeper. They had a good year last year that people seem to be really excited about the new coach they have, and they've done good stuff in recruiting. Southern Illinois, as Dan mentioned, they are typically a contender, and they've got a very good quarterback coming back. I haven't fully, I actually just got in the mail today my ballot to vote for the preseason poll, and I'm not ready to do it yet because I haven't fully kind of looked at everyone's roster and tried to rank them or anything. But, just off the top of my head, I'd probably go SDSU 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be some combination of North Dakota, South Dakota, Illinois State, Southern Illinois, probably. And Youngstown State, they're bringing back the Walter Payton Award winner and Bo Brungard, so they'll be in the mix too.
Yeah, great quarterback. He's just going to make plays. I don't know how good Youngstown State is, but their QB is good. Last one for Matt Zimmer, Sioux Falls Live. National story is Dusty May leaves Michigan. They just won the national title, and he leaves to go to the Mavericks. So it's like, he's going to the NBA. If I ask you the question, where would you rather coach today? A big-time college program with all of the revenue, the players you can get, all of the assets, or the NBA? Where would you pick today?
Whichever one gave me the most money, because they both seem like they suck. I mean, in the NBA, you're coaching a bunch of adults and millionaires who don't really have to listen to you if they don't want to. I mean, we've kind of seen in the NBA how it goes now with coaching is kind of almost a suggestion rather than actual instruction in the NBA. And then in college, I mean, I don't blame May one bit. I mean, the rumors are that he was telling people the reason he left is because he doesn't like what the college game has become, and there's so much uncertainty, and I don't blame him one bit. I mean, at least with the NBA, you know what you're getting into. In college basketball, you don't know what's going to happen week to week, year to year, and what kind of rules are going to be in place. Your players could, I mean, the NBA literally has, more structure than college does. At least if you sign a guy to a 4-year contract, he's got to stay there for 4 years. In college, it's just a free-for-all with everybody. So I'm not surprised at all that he did that. Maybe it can be a little kick in the ass to the college game to get their house in order and figure out a way to put some structure and some parameters in what they're doing, because otherwise it's going to keep happening. And, we shouldn't be surprised that something like that happened.
Michigan head coach Dusty May leaves, goes to the Dallas Mavericks, and has Cooper Flagg. That's a good start. Matt Zimmer in tonight. Find him at SiouxFallsLive.com, part of Forum, and he's on X at Matt J. Zimmer. Appreciate you, Matt. Thanks.
You bet, Nate. See ya.
Matt Zimmer tonight, SiouxFallsLive.com on the Nate Brown Show here on Fox Sports Radio. All right. Matt, he said whoever pays him the most. Come on. Where would you rather coach today? Big-time college program or the NBA? If the Memphis Grizzlies called you and they said, hey, we got a spot for you. Now, Dusty May's going to the Mavericks. He's got Cooper Flagg. If this was the Washington Wizards, how about the Wizards? You going to take that? Are you going to stay in Michigan or are you going to go to the Wizards? So that's my question of the day. Would you coach at a big-time college program where you're number one now, Michigan just won the title, or go to the NBA? 59% of you voting on our Twitter poll say I'd go to the NBA. 41% of you say I'd stay at the college big program. You tell me on the text line. We'll ask Rob Keighron as well. 605-720-1067. The Nate Brown Show with a Reaction Monday. And Rob Keighron coming up. And a record was set today in sports. We'll start with that.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
The following radio ad is Good Fun Squad approved.
My name is Jenny, and I'm the lady at the South Dakota Lottery who writes out those big checks for our winners. It's a lot of fun, but we've had so many big winners lately, my hand is tired. There was a $600,000 winner, a $2 million winner, a $4 million winner. That's a lot of zeros, and not normal zeros, big check zeros, and the winning never stops. That's why I'm learning to write with both hands.
Good fun.
Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Could there be a better name? Auto Value Parts Stores. They aren't just about air fresheners or fuzzy dice. Auto Value Parts Stores are all about parts, auto parts, and advice. Pros who know auto parts with tons of tips when you need them the most. You want real value? Don't go to a place with a cute name. Go to Auto Value. Could there be a better name? I didn't think so. Your Auto Value Parts Store. We've got the parts, we've got the smarts.
Play at Tin Lizzy Gaming Resort this summer, and you'll qualify for $25,000 Sizzling Saturdays. 3 players will be drawn every Saturday to grab their share of $25,000 in cash and prizes. Play all month long with the Clubhouse card and earn entries automatically. There are loads of prizes, including up to $5,000 cash, and this month's featured prize, a 42-inch zero-turn lawnmower. It's all happening at Tin Lizzy Gaming Resort, and it's happening all summer long. Learn more at tinlizzy.com.
Shop Black Hill's best selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs at Danny Mennel Rapid Chevrolet. You can buy with no money down and no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. Choose from GMCs, Rams, Fords, Chevys, Jeeps, imports, and more, with over 330 to choose from. With no money down and make no payments for 90 days with qualified credit. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. See us at Danny Mennel Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMennelRapidChevrolet.com.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
Ready to be part of something big? Meet the Rapid City Sports Commission, the powerhouse behind sports in Rapid City. The commission focuses on bringing regional and national tournaments, supporting homegrown events, and creating opportunities for our kids. But it's not just games, it's a win-win for all of us. Youth sports fuel our economy. Hosting events in Rapid City means out-of-town families shop, dine, and stay with us, which boosts sales tax revenues too. To get in on the action, visit rcsportscommission.com, where we're all about the hustle.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in South Dakota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, welcome in. Hope you've had a great Monday. We're into your drive home. Fox Sports Radio, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. You found us, the Nate Brown Show with Rob Keighron. He's in studio. A reaction Monday. And a nice weekend. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day yesterday and a great weekend. We're back at it on a Monday. Man, this sports summer has been great. World Cup's been great. The U.S. Open was a mess, so we're going to get into that. That's Rob's favorite topic. I want to see where he's going to come out on this because that's his New York guys, too. And so we'll get into that. Dusty May leaves the Wolverines today for the Dallas Mavericks. That's massive. But let's go to the World Cup because I started the show, Rob, with biggest story of the day is Dusty May leaving Michigan for the Mavericks. I still believe that. But then the soccer guy smacking me saying, wait, Lionel Messi scored the World Cup record. He has the most goals ever. That's the biggest story of the day. Which is correct?
Gosh,
in this state, in this show.
In this show, I would say the biggest story is Dusty May. Okay. I think it is pretty earth-shattering for the guy who just won the national championship to go to the pros 3 months after, right? Like, you could have understood it like it was right at the end of the NBA season, but for it to happen now, I think that's a bigger story. The Messi story is huge, but it's not as big as Dusty May.
Okay, so I had that right. I'm not right about much, but I am going to go to the Messi. Let's give him a little respect because you lived overseas. So you have a perspective on this. So I want your perspective because I've only lived South Dakota, Washington, D.C., Montana. So I got a taste of the East Coast with the Washington, D.C. deal, and it's good. You got to live in different places. I believe that to kind of get different perspectives and the whole thing. I've traveled, I've enjoyed it, but I've lived in 3 places. And this sports story is huge in the world, and people are trying to say Lionel Messi set a record for World Cup goals. This is most goals ever in the World Cup, and Messi's like the biggest global star. It's Ronaldo and it's Messi. So is Messi up there with global sports star LeBron and Tom Brady? If you walk down the streets of where you lived, would Messi be bigger than LeBron James or Tom Brady? Let's say any street. Let's say Germany. Let's say anywhere. Would people know Messi bigger than those guys, Brady and LeBron?
Okay, I would absolutely say they would know Messi beyond Tom Brady, for sure.
So Tom's not in that category with LeBron because of basketball.
Yeah, because American football is just not that popular overseas. It's getting there. It's having its moments at times now. But let's be fair, right? And I lived in Europe for 5 years, right?
5 years.
So
okay.
This is not from... this is not apocryphal. This is my own experience. And it was a long time ago, so things have evolved. But Europeans in general do not care about American football, right? There's pockets where there are people who do care and they're passionate fans, but not widespread.
So Tom Brady walking down the street does not get the attention of Lionel Messi.
No. And Brady, because he's become an iconic star and has so many brands associated with him, I think he would get recognized, certainly, and he's tall, right? That goes a long way, too, right? Like, he is an attraction in a sense, but I don't think he could ever come close to what Messi has done. You know, Messi played in Europe, from Argentina, has been on the world stage, 5 different World Cups. He is absolutely an iconic sports star, and because soccer is the one sport, for sure, that is popular all over the world, I think it puts him up to a different level. Now, the LeBron thing is a little trickier, and I think it's way more interesting because basketball is popular worldwide.
Yes.
And LeBron is a global star and has been on the global stage or the world stage for what now, 22, 23 years? I mean, LeBron came into the league early 2000s, if I remember correctly. All right, so I do think that LeBron could possibly be right up with Messi, maybe even a little above. If we're talking Europe, I think LeBron might be a little bit bigger there than Messi is now. Because Messi's coming to the end. Not that LeBron isn't coming to the end, but American stars have a lot longer runway, right? And I think the fact that Messi is coming to the end here, I think LeBron might be a little bit bigger. I think they're neck and neck, but I think he might be a little bit bigger than Messi in Europe. If we're saying all the world, worldwide, I think it would be Messi.
Okay, so that's what I'm asking. I threw this out as our topic. I said, hey, Messi set this record. People are saying one of the biggest global sports stars. So I said, I put 3 guys down. Who's the biggest global sports star? Global. Messi, LeBron, or Tom Brady? And you still think Messi captivates more of the world than LeBron James?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think in the furthest parts of the world, they only care about soccer. There's soccer 1, 2, and 3, and anything else is distant 4, 5, whatever it may be. And so I think that's where a guy like LeBron gets hurt because I think, obviously in the States, anywhere in North America, LeBron would be the biggest. And then I think if you look at Europe, it's close, but I think the rest of the world, South America, Africa, large parts of Asia, they care about soccer and soccer above all else, and Messi is the number one name in soccer.
So is Messi the biggest global sports star in the world right now? I'm talking Michael Jordan to me is still that guy, but I'm talking like, I guess, of our era. We're guys that are Jordan guys, but people say, well, Jordan's been out for a long time. So current day, is Messi the biggest sports star in the world?
I think so.
In the world?
Yeah, I think so. You don't think so? You really don't?
I mean, I don't have the sense for the soccer fanatics. I mean, I get it. It's massive, and I understand how huge it is. You just watch these fans watching these games. I mean, I'm watching them in their home country, and then they come here and watch. It's just off the charts, so the passion's crazy. But you're trying to tell me Messi in any country, you can walk down and say, you know Messi or you know LeBron James? I'm still saying LeBron.
No, I think it would be Messi if it's any country. And think about it, Nate. How many people are going to watch worldwide the World Cup final? I mean, is it crazy to say that somewhere between 500 million and 1 billion people will watch that final?
Probably, I don't know.
Well, think about it. 100 plus million people watch the Super Bowl in the United States.
Yes.
I think you're looking at 500 million to 1 billion, and there isn't any sport that would remotely come close to that, whether it's an American sport or a worldwide sport. And so just by the fact of the reach of soccer, it has by far the widest reach of any of the sports. That we'd have to agree on.
Yes, outside of our country.
Yeah.
And our country's a big one, though.
But there are
a big one.
There are a lot of countries in this world, Nate, and a lot of them not named the United States of America. And so if we're saying worldwide, it isn't close that soccer is the number one sport.
LeBron, China, LeBron, U.S. I mean, you start going through, there's some pretty big ones. It's going to be LeBron.
I'd say the big ones for sure, I'll give you that. But when we add up the sum total of all of the other countries, there are going to be so many that Messi is far and away above LeBron that's what is going to skew it.
Where's Messi in the U.S.? Where's Messi in the U.S.?
He's not even top 10.
I don't think he is.
He's not top 10. I completely agree with that sentiment for sure, right? Americans they don't have that. Every 4 years, Americans get completely into the World Cup, and I think this year more than ever. But that being said, it is very niche how many people care about European soccer during the year, right?
For sure.
The British Premier League or the Spanish La Liga, any of those leagues, it's very niche. And so because of the fact that nobody really is paying attention to Messi other than every 4 years for the World Cup, when Americans, I'd say, pay attention to soccer in general, yeah, for sure. Messi's not top 10 in the United States.
So you're going to say Lionel Messi with his World Cup record for most goals ever, he hit that milestone today, and you're going to say he's the biggest sports star in the world. Is he bigger than Michael Jordan?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Than Michael Jordan?
Yes, I don't think it's... I think you're underestimating how little a lot of these countries care about our American sports. They just don't. Right?
Am I clueless that people aren't wearing Jordan brand stuff all over the world?
Oh, sure they are, but they're just as much wearing or paying attention to what Messi's doing, if not more.
I didn't know Messi does Messi have his own underwear or anything?
I'm sure he has something, right? I mean, he's a billionaire. He must be hawking something.
So it's interesting, that whole soccer world. I get it. I respect it. I know how big it is. I wasn't sure Messi would be the bigger star than LeBron or Michael Jordan. Tom Brady, that's different. The U.S. football thing is different. Brady's big, but he's not in their category.
I just think there are too many countries that don't care enough about basketball, and that's what hurts a guy like LeBron or Jordan, right? There are a lot of European countries that do love basketball. France would be one of those. Spain to a certain extent.
Germany?
Yeah. But Germany cares way more about soccer than they care about basketball. Way more.
Yes,
Five times as much more. Right? And because of the fact that they have professional teams in their countries that are great, when they the European Basketball League is not great, right? There are no household names, no talent that you recognize. And so I think that has a lot to do with it. Just think of the time difference, Nate, right? Most basketball games start at 7 p.m. local, right? 7:30, somewhere around there. The earliest in England, that would be midnight, 12:30, right? You're not thinking about these guys on a day in, day out basis, and that hurts a lot.
If I had a company worldwide and I'm signing an athlete,
you're signing Messi.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm signing.
Unless you hate money.
I'm Michael Jordan, and then maybe people don't like LeBron, but he's still a huge brand.
You're signing Messi first, and then you can sign those guys after.
My goodness,
Messi is a household name
brand,
everywhere.
Man.
I love Jordan. You and I both have an admiration for Jordan that goes beyond belief. He's not the popular name in most of the world.
I got a listener text from a guy who lived in Lisbon.
Okay. Portugal.
And he said it's the home country of Ronaldo, which we know that.
Yep.
He said, but there were about as many Messi posters in bars as Ronaldo.
Well, think about that, right? When you could argue that Ronaldo over the last 20 years has been every bit as big of a star as Messi, right?
Yes.
And in his own country, right? In his own home country, Messi is equally or close to the level of popularity. That's saying a whole lot.
Listener text, Messi is number one worldwide. I would say Ronaldo second, then Jordan.
Now, I would not argue with that. I would not argue with that. Ronaldo is a huge brand as well and known everywhere, known all throughout the world.
Man, I got to take this show worldwide then. I mean, we got to get these guys clued in. I mean,
what are we going to teach them?
We're going to teach them that Ronaldo's not bigger than Michael Jordan.
You can't force people. This is a typical American mentality from Nate Brown here, right on his airwaves. My gosh, everything we do is bigger and better. And to a certain extent, it is bigger and better, but it's not as popular.
What has Ronaldo done? Can you tell me? I can't tell. I can't think of a thing.
He's won a lot of league titles. He has not won a World
league
Cup
titles.
Yeah, but he's a prolific goal scorer.
Michael Jordan, NBA, world champion, Olympics, dream team.
Now, wait a minute. All right, right away. This is where you fall down this terrible rabbit hole. World champion is ridiculous. It's like the baseball World Series, the NBA World Champion, playing against only people in this country.
You think Lisbon's going to beat the Chicago Bulls?
I'm not saying that, but to be presumptive and say, like, well, we are the world champions. It's like the British Premier League winners. Like, well, we won the World Championship of England. No, you didn't, and they know that they didn't. There's a World Cup for soccer. You want to say you're a world champion? Win the Olympic gold. Then you're a world champion.
That's and he did, by the way,
fair.
The dream team. And when the dream team was walking around Barcelona, they looked pretty popular.
That was 1992.
Looked pretty popular.
1992.
That was 1992. We're up to 2026, and Jordan's still huge.
And I'm not saying that basketball isn't popular. It's on a different level, though, than soccer, which is their day-in, day-out consumption.
It is interesting. The soccer fans are quite passionate, and Messi sets the record today. Most goals ever in a World Cup history. He's got them. By the way, he missed a PK. That's like Michael missing a free throw, airballing it. He missed it today, and then he did get 2.
I mean, he's had 5 goals in the first 2 games. And he's, 39 years old?
I think I could hit that PK. I could hit that. Could you hit a PK?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you and I could hit the PK, and Messi, the biggest sports star in the world, missed it today.
A lot of them, they miss. I mean, they make what? They probably make it like 85 or 90%.
He didn't get blocked. He just missed it.
Well, then that happens. So, I mean, I can think of the 1994 World Cup. If you remember that one, that was here in the last time it was here in the United States. It was Italy against Brazil, and the guy's name is Roberto Baggio, and I still think about that guy because he missed a PK right at the end of PKs, literally like 10 feet over the top of the goal.
I'm telling you, I could hit it with my Hokas right here today. Coming right back with the big story today, Dusty May leaving Michigan. And I've got a question for Rob. Where would he want to coach? At a big-time college program or a random NBA team? Coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Saving money on everything you need at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements, and it enhances the appearance of your home's exterior. Owens Corning Duration Shingles offer ultimate protection. Choose from 26 stylish colors and transform your home today. Shop our selection of roofing products on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Want to do more of what you love and earn cash back doing it? With a Visa Cashback credit card from Black Hills Federal Credit Union, it's possible. Earn 1.5% cash back on everyday purchases like gas and groceries, and use it to fund your shoe obsession, vinyl collection, or airline upgrade. Plus, spend $2,000 in your first 90 days and get a $200 cashback bonus. Learn more at bhfcu.com/cashback. Offer subject to credit approval. Other restrictions apply.
Whether you're a pro or a Joe, a weekend warrior or a gardening great, Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here when you need us. Nobody plans an injury, but when people throughout the Black Hills and beyond suffer a setback, Monument Health Orthopedics is here to provide comprehensive medical care. Our team of board-certified orthopedic surgeons and specialists is dedicated to helping patients regain the quality of life they've lost due to an injury, arthritis, or joint wear and tear. Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for everyday athletes like you.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A severe thunderstorm watch continues until 8 p.m. tonight. Chance for storms tonight, otherwise mainly cloudy skies expected. Lows level off around 55, winds out of the southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs level off around 73. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 71.
The best certified pre-owned values are at Danny Menno Toyota. Shop over 25 Toyota certified used vehicles in stock, inspected and backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And we have low finance rates available on select certified Toyotas. Looking to sell? We pay top dollar for used vehicles. Get an appraisal in 20 minutes or less, or use your online KBB Instant Cash Offer tool. See us at Danny Menno Toyota or DannyMennoToyota.com today. See dealer for warranty details.
Hi, I'm Tim Wrench, and I'm seeking personal injury cases. If you've been injured because someone else did something wrong, call me up. I'm a trial lawyer. I've tried criminal and civil cases for decades, and I can use all of that experience to help you. I also know this, that when insurance companies know that you're represented by a trial lawyer, they take your claim more seriously, and if it is to be settled, it's settled better with a trial lawyer. Wrench Law, 605-341-1111, wrenchlaw.com.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker, Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. Have you thought about buying a home or real estate in the Black Hills? Maybe you want to upgrade to your forever home? I have been helping people in the Black Hills find the right home for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. Let me do the work, and you can open the door to your new home. Say hello to a good buy with me, David Brenneman. To get started, just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
Live callers, big-time interviews, and breaking sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
Welcome back in the Nate Brown Show on tonight, Fox Sports Radio, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Rob Keighron's in. Reaction Monday. Hope you've had a great day. Your drive home is in good shape here with Rob saying he could make a PK. So we've got, I said it too, so we could make a PK in the World Cup. Unlike Messi, he missed his today, but we could make a PK in the World Cup. So now You can beat a PGA golfer on a hole
at Arrowhead,
and you can make a PK in the World Cup. Do you believe that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think I could do it many times over, but can I make one? Sure.
Okay, you can make one, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
So I think I could too. We got some listener heckles here. It's like we're at the U.S. Open here. We're getting heckled. Listener text. Both of you would pull a hammy in the warm-ups for the PKs.
Okay, that might happen as well. I will say, just for the PK, I probably needed an hour's worth of some like PT conditioning right beforehand and afterwards.
We don't want to pull a hammy, but we did think about that. Listener text, Rob making a PK, question mark, please. He said, please.
Wow.
Getting heckled. Like our guy at the U.S. Open. I do believe that's an interesting one, and we might have to dig into that. Could you make a PK in the World Cup? I bet you if you put that question out to our audience tonight, to just a general sports fan listening tonight, what percentage of them would tell us tonight they could kick that ball? It's so easy, right? Me and you are even making fun of it. Listen, you just kick it past the goalie. The goal's huge.
It's
what
huge.
Percentage of them would say they could make it?
60 to 65%.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe 70.
Maybe
70%. So you tell us if you could make a PK. We think we could. We're just that cocky. Big story in sports is Dusty May leaving Michigan. So this is a big one here. So Dusty May's the head coach in Michigan. They just won the national championship. He's now announcing he's going to the Dallas Mavericks. So to me, it's not like, oh, this is a bad call. You got Cooper Flagg there. That's my guy. I'm a huge Cooper Flagg fan. I think he's going to be one of the faces of the NBA over the next decade. So you're stepping into a good thing there. I'm just wondering, what if this was Memphis? What if this was the Utah Jazz? What if this, I don't care, the Wizards. They have a high pick, but I'm saying if you had a random NBA team say, hey, we want you to be our head coach, like Dan Hurley had the Lakers ask him. The Lakers were asking Dan Hurley. He stayed at UConn. Today's world, would you coach NBA, random team, or one of the best college programs, Michigan, Duke, wherever?
I think it's a no-doubter at this point. I think you'd have to go to the NBA. I think the stability that the NBA provides, and I don't mean job stability,
Wizards?
Team stability, though, right? Okay, first of all, the Wizards have been bad forever. So what I do think there have to be some caveats, some exceptions to it,
you got to take it. It's got to be the Wizards or Michigan.
Well, then I'd stay at Michigan.
Or Michigan.
I'd stay at Michigan. But it's not that. Why is it that simple? Like, why? There are other teams. Like, think about OKC was bad for a while. Now, very good. My point is, you can build a team in the NBA and turn around a franchise in a few years, right? Like, it's happened on a lot of different levels. Toronto, it's happened with. You can definitely say OKC. San Antonio had a lot of lean years until just recently. There are now. If you want to say the perennially terrible Wizards, okay, I probably would avoid the Wizards, right? Because there's no history of success there. They've been so mismanaged over the years. You'd have a hard time with that one.
It'd be like I'm going to leave Ohio State, Ryan Day, to go to the Jets. Would you do that? You leave Ohio State. You have everything. You're number one. You go to the Jets?
I think it's a little different with football than it is with basketball, right? Because I think with football, although things might change now with some of the things we've been talking about the last few weeks with the potential bills that are going to pass, but I think with football, you can have long-term success at the highest programs, like in Ohio State. You'd have a better chance of success there than you would with a team like the Jets. I think when it comes to college basketball, with how much you have to reinvent the team every single year. I mean, think about like what Dusty May has to do. He wins a national championship. I read this story today with CBS Sports. I think the guy's name was Matt Norlander or something.
Matt Norlander, yep.
Okay. He wrote a great story just this afternoon about Dusty May and how he was sitting with him in an office a week after the national championship game thinking like he was going to talk about how much he enjoyed that run and the win. And he's focused on is building the team for next year. Like, you don't even get a chance to truly enjoy your success.
Right.
And you're already moved on. Like, think about like the Knicks, right? Like, Mike Brown wins first title in 53 years. He doesn't have to go to work today right away thinking about the team for next year. The team is, I mean, not completely set, but it's mostly set, right?
Yeah.
And Dusty May, the first time winning a national championship in Michigan in how long? And he has to focus on the nonsense of building a roster again for next year and all these transfers and not get to really enjoy it, I can completely understand why he makes that jump.
I've asked this question 5-6 years ago. I said, would you coach an NBA team or a college team? Because NBA, divas, millionaires don't have to listen to you. We're talking multimillionaires. Load management, just kind of inconsistency. You could be gone the next year. NBA teams will fire you. They don't care. Or would you coach a college team? Most people, I think even 6 years ago, would say, I'd go college. You know, I can coach guys, a better brand of basketball. I can discipline them. I'm in charge. I'm recruiting. I'm the guy on campus at that town. I think people now would flip just what's happened in college. That's my guess.
I think you're completely right, Nate. I think that so much has changed in just the last few years of what the college coach... Think about an NBA head coach. What's your job? Coaching, right? Managing personalities, no doubt about that.
Big
egos, but it's coaching. What's the job of the college coach? Coaching's just one part of it, and it might even be on equal footing with recruiting / getting transfers in, right? Like, you need to get that talent in, right? It used to be the recruiting job was more about getting to know young people, getting into their homes, right? Having their parents trust you when they take their high school kid for their first college experience. That's not the job anymore, right? In fact, most of these big-time coaches aren't even bothering with real high school recruiting, right? Like, they're saying, like, I'm not going to have that kid to play for me very much anyway. He's going to move on somewhere else. They're focused on this transfer portal, on working with agents, coming up with, money deals for guys. And yes, they have help, but you are the face of the team, right? And that's become your job.
So what about Dan Hurley? Dan Hurley stays in Connecticut, UConn. He has it going on. He could have went to L.A., could have went to the Lakers, and he didn't do it.
Well,
why?
I'm not sure on that one exactly, other than I think particularly his lifestyle, he really likes the East Coast. And I do know some people at UConn, as you know. I think it was more about him, his family, their lifestyle, what they really wanted. But I think at this point, after he sees Dusty May go, he's already won 2 championships. I think the days are numbered for guys like Dan Hurley, guys like
But he loves
Golden
the college.
in Florida.
I think he likes the college game. He's tough. He's rough. He'll like that at NBA players.
Oh, I think he's definitely going to do that. Whether it's successful or not is a different story. I don't think Dan Hurley's changing his style of coaching for an NBA player. I don't think you think that either.
Well, good luck. I don't know if that'll work. By the way, we asked the audience, and we'll ask you right now, where would you rather coach? If you're a basketball guy, big-time college program or the NBA? And it's got to be a random team. Like, I think this is a no-brainer. Dusty May gets Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks. That's a pretty good one there.
It makes it such an easy decision for him, right? Like, he has a building block. He has draft picks that he can work with over the next few years. You can build a winner in Dallas.
Audience says 55% voting, I'd go NBA, no transfers, NIL problems. 45%, I'd stay with a big college program.
I'm surprised by that because with the big college program, you have to reinvent yourself every single year. And I don't think people put enough stock into what the kind of toll that takes on you, right? Like not really having a downtime, an off season to really kind of recompose and reinvigorate yourself. I don't think, at least in the NBA, you absolutely have that.
New team every year. In college, you're trying to find and especially basketball. Hey, I gotta find these guys. It makes a huge difference. Ohio State, in football, for example, you're kind of getting the best players. You still have to do it a little bit, but you're getting the best players. You got depth. So you would not leave Ohio State for the Jets. I would not leave that.
I would not. Because you know at Ohio State, you can be good year in and year out. And if you get a quarterback, you don't have to reinvent that position, right? They will stay with you if they're starting. Right? It's different in
How about
college.
For the Browns? So you leave Ohio State for the Browns?
No, I wouldn't.
Wow.
I wouldn't.
That's amazing.
I would not.
But you would leave Ohio State for the Giants, Mr.
Well, of course. There's a great tradition to the New York Football Giants.
You got a great setup.
The Rams as well, absolutely.
I know the Rams.
My second favorite team.
Coming back, this sporting event happened over the weekend. Rob might have been excited about it. I totally was unplugged. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think we got a little problem coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
There's nothing like it. not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
Are there as many kinds of vehicles as there are kinds of people? We think so. At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we help all kinds of people come together with all kinds of vehicles. With loans made to fit everyone and every ride.
On X, follow us and watch the show live at Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in the Nate Brown Show on tonight. If you missed parts of the show, go to the Nate Brown Show podcast. It is there, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast. Search the Nate Brown Show, and you've got this show. We had Anthony Broome on tonight from Michigan, covers the Wolverines for On 3. His read on Dusty May leaving Michigan and going to the Dallas Mavericks. Matt Zimmer was in talking South Dakota sports from Sioux Falls Live, and Jake Sorensen on tonight from Lincoln, Nebraska. Can Sioux Falls become a host site for an opening round expanded tournament? Sioux Falls had submitted a bid, Rob Keighron. They're in with a bid. This is the opening round. This is the one you call fake, you know? You remember that?
The fake NCAA tournament.
The fake.
It is a fake NCAA tournament.
You really hit a button there. You're way off.
It's fake.
And so Sioux Falls is in the mix on the real expanded tournament.
The real fake one.
Wichita, Boise, Albuquerque. Who else was in there? Omaha. Can Sioux Falls get it? I have a feeling they got to be in the mix. You got to make some deals there. You got to have some corporate support. Can Sioux Falls get the expanded tournament?
Yeah, it's a fake tournament, so they definitely can get it. But no, I do think, in all seriousness, I do think Sioux Falls has done a great job of hosting the Summit League tournament.
Yes, that's right.
And so I think
Should they get it?
There is definitely a market for college basketball in Sioux Falls. I could absolutely see them hosting a couple of those games. If places like Wichita, no offense to anybody who has relatives or originally from Wichita, but if Wichita can host, Sioux Falls can absolutely host.
I would go to this tournament. I would go to the expanded tournament if Sioux Falls gets it.
Yeah, I wouldn't because it's fake.
You would.
But,
you wouldn't.
I mean, I love the idea that it's in South Dakota. It's just. It's not the real tournament, right? Like if you told me it was actual first 4 games,
that's
first
the real
round,
tournament.
It's not
that's the real tournament.
It's not. It never will be. No, just because you say so doesn't make it so. Okay?
You've made this up. Okay. By the way, a Reaction Monday on the Nate Brown Show will be a Monday at the expanded tournament in Sioux Falls at the Premier Center. We're going to be live, and you're going to be where?
I'll show up to it, and I'll call it fake to everyone's faces.
Oh, my God.
What, you think I'm going to shy away? Does it look like I'm someone who's not going to tell you what I'm thinking?
I don't want you to end this show, okay? Let's just relax. Everybody, he's just kidding around. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not, I wish I were kidding. I really do think it's fake, but I would love to go to it and cover it for sure.
All right, let's see how this goes. By the way, speaking of not a good situation, this weekend, your sport, golf, really took a back seat. Nobody talked about the U.S. Open. Nobody watched it, not even there at the course. This thing here, the U.S. Open, it was not a good weekend. Maybe one of the worst I've seen. What happened?
I can't disagree with you. It definitely did not have a lot of momentum, a lot of juice. I think the fact that you have the World Cup all weekend, right? So Friday with the USA men's national team game.
That was big, yeah.
And the momentum of that carries into the whole weekend of paying attention to other teams. I think that had something to do with it. I think the fact that I know Scheffler was close. McIlroy really wasn't on the weekend. When a lot of times this is what happens at the U.S. Open. You get some of these nondescript winners or guys in contention, right? They don't have big personalities. A lot of times the fact that it's a tough course and sometimes you get the kind of winner there. They have to be a great golfer, don't get me wrong, but they don't always necessarily have the greatest personality in those wins. I think J.J. Spawn last year, although he did a great job, do most people remember him? No. And I do think there is a letdown now in golf of everything but the Masters, right? The Masters, I think, captivates the ordinary fan, right? Because you do know the course. You recognize that it's the beginning of spring.
Yeah, good time of year for it.
It's a smaller field, so generally the names are big names at the top, right? McIlroy's won it now 2 years in a row. He definitely brings eyeballs to the set.
By the way, your guy, I told you, Rory.
Yeah.
He cheated at that because that's the only course he played at. How did he do this weekend?
He didn't cheat.
How did he do this weekend on a golf course?
He didn't
that
do
he couldn't
great.
Play at for the whole year.
He played a number of times. He went up there a number of times, he said, but he didn't play great this week. I mean, what did he? I think he probably came in like 30th or something like that. So it wasn't great.
It'd be like you at Arrowhead, and you play there all the time, and then you invite somebody in, and then we have to try and compete against you. It's not right.
That's not true. It's not even close to the same kind of analogy.
That's right.
No, Rory has the opportunity to go play Augusta, and so do the other player, the other entrance in that field.
He pulled all sorts of stuff. He's taking his kids to school. He's playing at Augusta.
What's wrong with that?
It's like he's living
his
there.
Money, his time. He's spending it wisely.
Well, then he won the Masters, so great. But I just told you that was an edge for him, and then he got blasted this weekend.
He wasn't very good this weekend. I'll give you that completely. But I do think the U.S. Open has a bit of an identity problem. People don't know what to make of it. I think Father's Day weekend, while in theory it works out well because people want to spend that bonding time watching the golf, it just hasn't materialized over the last number of years.
Golf at the U.S. Open this weekend, not great. I had to highlight that, even with my guy Rob Keighron here. Last one for us. U.S. men's national team in the World Cup has already won our group. What does this mean? We'll wrap up the show next.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Sagging, bouncing, or uneven floors? Call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Standing water or high humidity? Nasty odors or dangerous mold? Call Blackburn. Critters, bugs, or other pests? That's right, call Blackburn. It's a fact. Crawl space problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Call Blackburn Foundation Repair today.
At Dakota Bank, we're more than just a place to bank. We're your neighbors. From everyday banking to home mortgages, insurance, and trust services, we're here for every step of your financial journey. We believe in doing what's right for you because we live here, work here, and care about our communities just like you do. Go with confidence, go with trust, go with Dakota Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance and investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, and have no bank guarantee.
Hey Black Hills, this is Scott Hanna. And this is Adam Ray, and we have a full-service mechanical repair shop, Gateway Tire and Alignment, right here, right now. We have top-of-the-line equipment with skilled, experienced, expert mechanics offering all services from oil changes starting at $49.95 to brakes to free AC checks, diagnostics, engine work, even diesel.
We can get you in now. No more waiting for weeks to get your car in for service.
We're your one-stop shop for sales and service.
Visit us at 123 Omaha or go to gatewayautoplex.com to book your appointment.
Gateway Sales and Service.
I'm Scott Hanna.
And I'm Adam Ray.
And nobody, I mean nobody,
beats a Gateway deal.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. A severe thunderstorm watch continues until 8 p.m. tonight. Chance for storms tonight, otherwise mainly cloudy skies expected. Lows level off around 55, winds out of the southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of thunderstorms. Highs level off around 73. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 71.
Everybody knows to have success on the court, your team needs the right strategy. And it's no different with life insurance. Your team at home is counting on you to have a strategy when things get tough. Lee Cruz, agent with New York Life Insurance Company, is ready to help you make sure the most important people in your life are protected. Get a no-obligation, free quote fast. Just Google Lee Cruz New York Life. Don't risk it. Make the right play. Give your family financial comfort with life insurance. Get your coverage options with Lee Cruz New York Life, 605-360-8804. Google Lee Cruz New York Life.
Ever since Barron's Wilson Funeral Home first opened their doors in Rapid City 140 years ago, they have continued to make personal service their number one priority. In your time of grief, they offer a personal touch by being at your side through every step of the funeral process. They answer difficult questions and guide you toward other professional services you may need. See for yourself the wide variety of services they can provide for you by visiting their website at barronswilson.com.
And 200, 2 and a quarter, 2 to the bid, 20 bomb, 50, money get 250, here, no 75, 275, now 3.
Hi, folks. Kevin McPherson Auction Company. We can turn your property to cash. We can sell your personal property and your real estate at auction. A family business for 64 years and counting. We've sold several millions of dollars in property over the years. We're happy to consult with you on your auction plans. Let our selling experience work for you. Call McPherson Auction, 605-348-1369. Visit us on our web at mcphersonauction.com.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
Wrapping up the show tonight on a Monday. Glad you're here. Appreciate you. The Nate Brown Show Live Reaction Monday. Rob Keighron's in studio. We just had a listener text saying he watched the U.S. Open and really enjoyed it. So he was right there with you.
I enjoyed it. It just wasn't as riveting as, say, the Masters was.
No, I agree. And there wasn't, what's the deal with the crowd? There wasn't a big crowd.
Well, that's a very remote part of Long Island.
Okay, I heard about that.
The eastern tip of Long Island is not easy to access, not easy to get to. And I know there were a lot of trains that they were not going very late getting back to New York City. And so if you were coming anywhere from close to New York City, you would have had a problem getting out of there.
Last one for us tonight. U.S. men's national team in the World Cup has already won their group. They don't even have to beat Turkey. They don't have to beat them, so they're going to sit some guys. Is this a big deal for soccer? U.S. already into the knockout round and in good shape?
Absolutely, Nate. I mean, this is the first time we've ever won 2 games, I think, in the group stage. And the fact is we've not won them. We've looked great. And we look like we can compete against some big-time... I don't know that we will, but we look like we can compete against some big-time countries. We could have a nice long run in this World Cup, which will keep Americans completely into it.
Thanks for listening to the Nate Brown Show, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Time to get the groceries for this weekend's cookout. You pick out the best quality grass-fed